Everybody, Eric West here with hawaiirealestate.org. Hope you're doing well. Hey, I wanted to reach out to everybody real quick because we've got some amazing news. Yeah! Finally, the governor has announced that you can come back to Hawaii. It's official. So I think it's in about 36 days, which is August 1st from today. Yep, today's the 24th. Yep, 36 days. I think the only condition is you have to test for COVID before you board the plane, and I've heard they've got a contract going with CVS where you go to CVS and then you get the test, and you go into a database 3 days before you fly, and as long as you pass the test, you go in the database and then you can board and come to Hawaii. So that's huge news. We're so excited. It just broke a few minutes ago, so I just thought I'd shoot a quick live video and share that with everybody. And I wanted you guys to know also, by the way, if you're new to the channel, my name is Eric West with hawaiirealestate.org. Just got so excited about the announcement, but I wanted you to know that I've listened to your feedback, and I do apologize. I do now officially have a mic. Check that out. And of course, there's no wind, right? Wait a second. A slight breeze. But hopefully the mic's working good. And I'm also using a DJI Osmo, so it's super smooth. Check that out, huh? Yeah. So I want you guys to know that I'm listening to your comments. You know, I actually had a DJI Osmo for a couple years now, but the reason I haven't used it when I'm doing my lives is honestly because I'm on my one wheel and the Osmo just can't keep up, so it just goes all over the place. But I thought, you know what, for this type of a walking tour, I can definitely use the Osmo, and hopefully it'll make life a little bit less, you know, kind of spastic. So anyway, where I'm shooting from today, right here, is the Hokulani, which is at the Honua Kai. Just to give you a quick orientation, over there is the new Luana Garden Villas. Those are the nice, larger standalone units there. And I'm staring right here at the beautiful Hokulani, which was the first building that was built. And I know some of you guys are owners here at the Hokulani. I've reached out and talked to you on the phone, and I know this might be a cool video to watch because you can see what's going on here, which is absolutely nothing. And I'm going to take you guys through the lobby here, and then we're going to head over to the Konea building, which is right over there. Come to Hawaii, thank goodness. So if you watched my original video I made a number of years ago about this resort, I talk a lot about the lobby because the lobby is just the bomb, and it's just so crazy because it's a ghost town still. But just the finishes, the wood, you know, just everything about it. It's just a very nicely high-end, well-done situation. And of course, you've got the Ho'ola Spa for all you ladies. Of course, the men sometimes will pamper themselves as well and head over to the spa. The cool thing is, if you do come over here, what I believe you're going to experience is you're going to experience Maui like or Hawaii, any island really, like you've never experienced it, because it's probably going to take a little while for the traveling, you know, to spool up, if you will. And so, you know, to be able to experience this place without 400,000 people around every corner is super nice. So anyway, here we are at the courtyard of the Hokulani. I feel kind of weird like talking like I'm the only sound besides the Maida birds. Of course, they drain this. The cool thing about this whole period of time is that you know, you can see a lot of condos are taking this opportunity to do deferred maintenance or just projects that they hadn't done before because of, you know, constantly people everywhere. The most common project I see actually is they're putting down lots of manure, you know, for the landscaping, because over the years that's considered sort of, you know, do not do, do. But now, you know, hey, there's nobody here, so as you're walking around these resorts, you kind of smell that wonderful smell of, you know, fertilizer, or manure, I should say. So here we are in the center of the Hokulani courtyard area. If you've ever stayed here, love a thumbs up. If you love the Honua Kai. I'm going to put a link in the description, by the way. My web link to all the units for sale here right now is honuakaiforsale.com. Super easy to remember. But if you remember back to my video that I made about this a number of years ago, This has always been and continues to be my number one choice if you're looking for return on investment, ROI. Nothing performs better than the Honua Kai, period. There's just nothing. You take me up on that challenge. If you know of a condominium on Maui that does better numbers in terms of return on investment per dollar spent, nothing outperforms this place. It just does very, very well. I attribute that to very good management and keeping the rates steady because they haven't just had everyone go off on the VRBO Airbnb cliff, which is a race to the bottom, as you probably know. Unfortunately, those websites create competition amongst owners, and people tend to undercut their pricing, whereas Honua Kai is just a wonderful job of managing that. They don't have total perfect control over it, don't get me wrong, but the on-site company here, I think, just does a fabulous job. If you've ever worked with Channing, I mean, he's amazing, man. And the company, was recently purchased by Outrigger. They're managing it now, but they're doing a wonderful job as well. So that is part of the reason this does so well, is because they've managed it. They've kept good control of that nightly pricing, and obviously it's just a hands down epic resort. You've got Duke's right here. Thumbs up for Duke's. Yeah. I love Duke's in Waikiki as well. One of my absolute must-go spots. And hey, look at this. They got some waterfalls going. Hey, a pool is operational. Maybe I'll just jump in real quick. Oh my goodness, look, a hot tub. A hot tub with water in it. That is like, you just don't see it anymore. Look at that. I might just jump in. Just kidding. They'd kick me out so fast. So what I'm doing here, by the way, in case you're curious, is I'm shooting a unit that's just getting ready to go on the market, Keller Williams, and I'm going to walk up to that unit in case you're curious. It's not on the market yet, but it will be soon, so you'll be the first to see it. It's a 2-bedroom partial ocean view, and so here we are now at the Konya. And just to orientate you, right here we've got the Mahana, which are, Mahana stands for twins in Hawaiian, so it's those 2 twin buildings right next to each other. And then just beyond the Mahana is Maui Kai. And then just beyond Maui Kai is that wonderful pink hotel, Kaanapali Beach Club, and just beyond that is Kaanapali Shores. So here we are, we're going to cruise over to the Konea building. Man, my first day with the new mic and there's no wind. Go figure. But hey, I want to thank everybody that subscribe to the channel. I'm so excited. I hit 10K subs, which is a big deal in YouTube land. They actually send you like a little congratulation email with like balloons, and I can sell merch now. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do there, but I'm thinking about just like some cool local style shirts or something like that, just for fun. Yeah, I want to thank you guys for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love a sub and also a thumbs up. This channel is all about teaching you everything you need to know about Hawaii, and it's real estate sometimes you just don't find in the listing. So what I discovered in the market, every real estate market, is every realtor just sort of has their standard pad amount of information that they provide, and it's just not enough in my opinion. It doesn't show you everything you need to know, not even close. So they kind of give you marketing pictures which don't tell the whole story. Matter of fact, sometimes they hide the real story. And when it comes to condos, hey, what's the condominium area like? What's the condo like? What's it look like? What are the differences between, the different buildings or different sides of different buildings? It's a crazy thing about condos. You could have that condo right there is going to have a completely different experience than, say, the 2-bedroom on the backside in terms of wind, weather, temperature, obviously view goes without saying, noise from the courtyard. This courtyard could have less noise than the one next door. So there's just so many details when it comes to even just purchasing a condominium. So having someone that's willing to share that with you makes such a big difference, because guess what? Once you buy it, it's kind of too late. You want to know these things ahead of time so you can make a wise decision. Same thing I do with homes, is I really focus on the neighborhoods as well, because that's a huge component of what you're purchasing. A nice little water feature here. Now, if you remember my video, that's the one that's got the flames that come out there at night. So this is the Konea building now. This is the courtyard. Now we're going to head up to the new listing, and we're going to jump in the elevator. I might lose you. If I do, I apologize. But that's how it can go sometimes. But I don't see any other option. Now check out this lobby. Equally quiet, but not as grandiose. It's still very nice, but definitely not as large, but close, you know. And then you can also see here in the portico where you pull up, you've got this area is still under construction. So this is the last phase of Luana Garden Villas right here. And so it is still in construction. You can see the construction fence right there. Should be done, I believe, by the end of this year. So that's cool. But that just kind of gives you a little bit of an orientation as to where we're at here. And as you can see, completely alone. Hey, there's some wind. Can you hear it? Let me know. All right, now we're going to head up. So the nice thing about this summer so far, by the way, is it has been very nice and cool, relatively speaking. Last 2 years, the summers were super hot, and so this year it's nice because it's been actually very, very comfortable. And we've had some nice south swells. Okay, so here we go. Let me know if I lose you. I hope I don't, but here we are in the elevator going up. It's the first time I've ever done a live inside an elevator. Hope it works out. But very nice elevators. Notice the paneled wood. You know, this is important. This is important stuff. What your guests, if you will experience when they come here, how will they feel? What's the vibe? So here we are heading out into the hallway. Very nice carpet, crown molding everywhere, beautiful carpet. Has a nice smell. Hey, here's another thing. Here's another little detail. Ready? No one's going to tell you this, but some condos like this don't have air conditioning in the hallways. You know, Honua Shores is an example. They do have central air conditioning, which is really, really nice, as does the Honua Kai. However, at the Honua Shores, they don't air condition the hallway. It might not seem like a big deal, but you know, hey, it's much more comfortable walking to the rooms when they're air conditioned. Okay, here we are. This is Konya 534. And we're going to go ahead and hope the card key works. Oh, all right, and welcome. So you can see right here, I started doing a 3D map report. This is what's left of the setup right there. But this is sort of what a corner unit looks like at Honua Kai. And the corner units are really nice, obviously, because you pick up a lot more window. Here you've got some beautiful views of the West Maui Mountains. Right up there is where you're going to get some nice rainbows every afternoon. You've got a view down here of Luana Garden Villas. Construction is pretty much over, so you shouldn't have any construction impact on your rentals. That is an impact usually if there's construction going on. It's usually about a 20% reduction in your gross rental income, but that's a thing in the past now. And then over here, let me show you the view. The one thing about these newer buildings, this is the newest fee simple construction on West Maui, and one of the big differences, the developers and the computer systems, the CAD systems got a little bit smarter. They said, hey, instead of putting a building perpendicular like the Mahana, you know, and Maui Kai, which is right there. There's the purple one I was telling you about. Put the buildings parallel. No, wait, this is perpendicular. Those are parallel. Sorry about that. It's a problem with going live, right? You never know what you're going to screw up. But anyway, so you get a lot more building in on a lot, and everyone sort of has a view to the left, if you will. Now, there are courtyard units that are straight on at the back and then also towards the front. But basically, all of the views most of the views, I should say, at Honua Kai, you're looking either to the left or to the right, depending on what side your unit is, for your ocean view. Now, the thing I like about this side of the building is that you have this wonderful, and that's very pleasant, and it's not going to be as loud as the courtyard. So, as a general rule of thumb, when you're buying condos, the thing to keep in mind, whoop, I'm going to come around here, like a computer. The thing to keep in mind is that the courtyard units tend to be a little bit louder. Why? Because that's obviously where the pool is, that's where the kids are playing frisbee, And so it's just a louder experience. So if you want what they call the quiet side of the building, that's when you come to these outer edges. And the nice thing about this is instead of having a building right next door, like in many cases you would, you got a nice park. And this is a public park, but like, you know, you might see 1 or 2 people playing right here every once in a while. Basically, people park there and then just use it as access to the ocean. Rainbow Surf Break is right out here, but it's not a big surfing area really, just Rainbows is about it. And that breaks just a few times a year. So if you spent any time here, you know that this part of the ocean is very calm and a great place to swim, lots of sand. But there is some coral out there, so if you like to snorkel, if you like those things. This right here is valet parking for the Konea building, so that's super nice. When you pull up, you can just valet, you don't have to mess with parking anywhere. That's a nice service. Here's a shot from the Lanai up to the West Maui Mountains right there. By the way, what I'm looking at right here is Kanapali Coffee Farms. I've done a couple videos in that neighborhood, but that's those homes right there, and you can kind of see the coffee farm fields, nice and green, almost reminiscent of the cane fields on Maui, you know, back in the 80s and 90s, if you remember those. Thumbs up, because that was pretty cool in those days, right? So now we do have some of that green coming back. There's rumor that there'll be another Kanapali Coffee Farms extension, which would be great. That's maybe 5-10 years down the road, but that would mean even more green stuff. But you know, this is, you know, past Kanapali is where you start picking up trade wind activity. You can see these are all trade wind clouds. They start to drop their rain, so it's a greener portion of the west side of Maui, and certainly up this area is Kapalua, and that's obviously even more greener, if you will. So anyway, we'll finish up the tour here, and then I'll let you guys go. I don't ever want to bore you, but and these videos aren't always about showing you listings, but hey, if I've got something new that just hit the market, I definitely want to share it with you. And here we go with a nice little photo. Look at this thing. Ooh. Now that's what Maui is all about, right? I mean, wow. Anybody guess where that is? Yeah, I'll give you a little hint. So that is Ko'olave, and that is Molokini, and that is West Maui right there. I'm sure you guys know, but it's Big Beach. South end of Big Beach. Little beach is just over that little area right there. Okay, so here we just quickly look at the rest of this condominium. Certainly if you have any questions, hit me in the comments section. If you want to see all the condos for sale and the links in the description, you will see a link to my website as soon as I have a chance to put it there after this live, which is honuakaiforsale.com. You can just type that into your browser if you like. Here's the view from, you know, they're basically both master suites. Nice view of the West Maui's. And check out the bathrooms here are all super nice, super high end. You know, people are always kind of ruined once you come into Honua Kai units, and then you go look at some of the stuff, you know, sort of Honua Kai, Napili, Kahana. It's just not as nice, you know. This is definitely super high end. Ooh, I didn't turn the light on in here. Man, that's a realtor's mistake if I've ever seen one. My goodness. All right, here we go. Hang on. Show me the light. All right, here we go. Preferential bedroom, because here you've got some ocean view right there. I'm not sure if you can see that. And then you have this lanai. Opens up to the lanai right here, which is nice. Nice little private exit. And then we'll head back into this section of the bedroom. And then into the bathroom. There we go. All right, now you've seen it. Pricing is probably going to be right around 1.4 and change, so I think it's going to be a good buy. And yeah. So with that said, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. Again, my name is Eric West, licensed real estate agent here in the state of Hawaii. Passionate about Maui, passionate about helping you, especially in these days of COVID. I'm doing tours with my camera lives. I'm also doing Matterport, so if you have a property that you want to see and you can't come over here yet, or you had to change your plans, I'm happy to put the Matterport camera out there and literally get every single corner of that property so you can see it. One of my not really pet peeves. I love professional photos and professional video, but the cool thing about a Matterport is you can literally walk through the whole property and there's nowhere to hide. So all the flaws, all the things you might not like, you can find them in a Matterport. Don't waste your time, move on to the next listing. And not all agents do that, but if you have a property that you're interested in, I'm more than happy to do that Matterport for you. I've done it for some other clients. And certainly I always shoot video and can do some nice walkthroughs. So anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Aloha from Maui, and make your travel plans because it's official. You can come back starting August 1st. Whoa! And the battery dies on the DJI. All right, with that, aloha, mahalo. Until next time, take care.